There are over 15,000 ETFs available globally right now. And if that number makes your head spin, it should, because most investors respond to that number by doing one of two things. They either freeze up and do nothing, or they buy too many ETFs thinking that they're diversified when actually they're just doubling down on the same 5 stocks over and over again. You don't need 15,000 options. You don't need 50 ETFs. You don't even need 10. And if you're thinking more ETFs means more diversification, that is the exact trap I'm going to expose at the end of today's video, because most people who own multiple ETFs are unknowingly concentrated in the same handful of stocks without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to break down 7 ETFs worth building a set it and forget it portfolio around, what each one does, what is actually inside of it, and how it has performed. And most importantly, what type of investor each one is built for. My name is George Achenpong, and I'm one of the top 100 advisors in the nation, and I'm here to demystify the world of investing so that you can build wealth 3 times faster than traditional financial advice. You're watching Financial Freedom Fast Lane. The quicker you get to your dream life, the longer you get to live it. All right, first up, ETF number 1, VOO. The Warren Buffett pick that does the heavy lifting, okay? So ETF ticker VOO is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. This is a classic set it and forget it core holding and one of Warren Buffett's top picks. It has been around for over 16 years, just a year longer than I've been a wealth manager, and it's earned its spot as one of the top listed ETFs of all time. Let me explain. VOO tracks the S&P 500, an index of the 500 largest companies in the United States. When you buy this ETF, you are essentially buying a piece of the entire U.S. economy, the biggest businesses in one single transaction. One purchase, 500 companies, done. The top 5 holdings inside of this ETF are Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, and Alphabet, also known as Google. If you invest $1,000 into VOO, roughly $73 is going into Apple, $66 is going into Microsoft, $50 is going into Nvidia, $34 is going into Amazon, and about $30 is going into Google. About 23% of your money sits in those 5 names, and the rest is spread across the remaining 495 companies. Here's how it actually performed. One of VOO's best years was 2021, when it was up 29%. One of its worst years was 2022, when it was down over 18%. That volatility is normal. It's the price you pay for long-term returns. And over the long term, the average annual return has been consistently strong. This is not a get-rich-quick vehicle. It's a get wealthy consistently over time vehicle. There's a difference between those two things, and most people never make peace with it. If you could only own one ETF for the next 30 years, VOO is the argument. It's simple. It's low cost, it's diversified across the largest companies in the world's largest economy, and it requires exactly 0 stock picking expertise to do it correctly. Buy it, contribute to it consistently, don't touch it. Now that you have the S&P 500 core locked in, the next ETF takes that concept even further and gives you the exposure to something VOO completely misses. All right, let's move on to ETF number 2, VTI, the number 1 ETF that rules them all, okay? The Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, this one has been around for over 25 years, and it takes the VOO concept and expands it dramatically. Okay, so instead of investing in 500 companies, which is a lot, like VOO, VTI holds over 35,000 stocks across the entire U.S. stock market. Big companies, medium companies, small companies across 11 different sectors. When you buy VTI, right, you don't just get the giants, you get almost everything that trades on the U.S. stock exchange. So FOMO is eliminated. If VOO is the biggest 500 companies in America, VTI is literally almost everything. The top 5 holdings are very similar to VOO: Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, because large caps dominate by market weight. But the remaining exposure spreads risk significantly further across the broader economy. Now, performance, pretty similar to VOO, with one notable difference. The average annual return since inception is slightly lower. But VTI has been around longer and has survived more market cycles, including crashes that VOO hasn't. The track record across multiple market environments is meaningful for long-term investors who want to know the vehicle has been stress tested. If VOO is your core and you want a slightly broader exposure without adding complexity, VTI is a natural alternative. Many investors simply choose one or the other and never look back. The decision between them is less important than the discipline of contributing to whichever you pick consistently over decades. Now that you understand the difference between owning the top 500 and owning the entire US stock market, the next ETF takes diversification to a completely different level entirely. ETF 3, VT, maximum simplicity. One ETF, the entire world. Okay. Now, ETF number 3, VT, the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF. This is the one that investors who want maximum simplicity take advantage of. One ETF, one decision, the entire global economy. So VTI holds more than 10,000 stocks spanning the US and international markets simultaneously. Different countries grow at different rates and at different times. Sometimes the US leads, sometimes other economies outperform. VT gives you the exposure to all of it automatically without ever having to decide when to rotate between US and international or which country is poised to outperform. You just own the world and let the global economic growth compound over time. Now, again, the top 5 holdings are still NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, because the world's largest companies are America's companies. But the key difference is the percentages are lower, right? Your concentration in any single name is reduced because the denominator is 10,000 stocks instead of 500. Historically, VT has delivered around 8.3% annually over the long term. That's lower than the US only funds like VOO or VTI, but the trade-off buys you something real. Global diversification that automatically captures growth wherever it happens to be occurring without you having to make a single additional decision, right? If you want the absolute simplest possible investing life, one ETF, automatic contributions, no decisions about allocation, no rebalancing between US and international, VT is the answer. It is as close to a complete autopilot investing strategy as exists in the market right now. Now that you have the broad market options covered, the next ETF narrows the focus significantly for investors willing to accept more volatility, and it has historically delivered some of the strongest returns on the entire list. Watching this video and realizing your current portfolio isn't structured around a clear strategy, that's exactly the kind of conversation Financial Freedom Fastlane is designed to have. We break down investing, wealth building, and financial strategy every single week in plain language so you can actually take action on it. All right, so ETF number 4, QQQ, the growth machine for tech-forward investors, okay? Now, QQQ is also known as Triple Q, managed by Invesco. This is the oldest ETF on our list at 27 years old, and it's the growth-focused option for investors who want heavy exposure to technology and innovation. QQQ tracks the NASDAQ 100, a U.S. index heavily concentrated in technology and innovation, cloud computing, blockchain, digital platforms, AI. When you buy QQQ, you're making a deliberate bet that technology and innovation will continue to drive the market forward. Top holdings: NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta. This is a more concentrated bet than VOO or VTI, and that concentration has historically paid off significantly during tech-driven bull markets. Over the last decade, QQQ has returned 556% more than the S&P 500. Now, that number needs a moment to land. The reason is simple. Technology stocks have dominated market performance for the last decade, and QQQ is heavily weighted towards exactly those stocks. But the same concentration means when tech falls, QQQ falls harder. 2022 was a painful year for QQQ investors. The upside and downside are both amplified compared to the broader index. So for you, you have to know your risk tolerance and your appetite for being able to stomach that type of volatility. QQQ belongs in a portfolio of an investor with a long time horizon who is comfortable with volatility and believes in continued growth of technology and innovation. It is not for conservative investors and people who want to hold on to investments that will have minimal volatility. It's a growth accelerator, so you need to size it accordingly. Meaningful enough to move your portfolio when tech runs, but not so large that a tech downturn could completely derail your financial plan. ETF number 5 is VUG, the Vanguard Growth ETF. This one holds 151 stocks and has been around for 22 years. It's QQQ's slightly more diversified cousin, still growth focused, but with a wider net. Let me explain. VUG focuses specifically on the largest growth companies, businesses expected to grow faster than the overall market, technology and innovation, companies that consistently reinvest their profits back into expansion rather than paying dividends. The goal here is capital appreciation, not income. The top holdings, once again, Nvidia, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. Almost identical to QQQ. But here's the key distinction. If you invest $1,000 into VUG, almost half of that money sits in just 5 stocks. The remaining 50% is spread across 146 companies. That is significant concentration that most investors don't fully appreciate when they buy it. Performance is historically very similar to QQQ, and it often outperforms broader market ETFs during growth-heavy periods. But the same warning amplifies. When growth stocks fall, they fall harder than the broader market. VUG is a defensive holding. It's a long-term growth vehicle that rewards patience and punishes panic. VUG is most attractive, in my opinion, to younger investors with a longer runway who can absorb short-term volatility in exchange for long-term growth potential. If you're 25 or 30 with decades before retirement, VUG as a meaningful portfolio position makes sense. If you're 55 and approaching retirement, this level of concentration in growth stocks warrants a serious conversation with your financial advisor before buying it. Now that we've covered 4 growth-oriented ETFs, the next one shifts the entire tone. This one is for investors who want their portfolio to pay them and not just grow. ETF number 6, SCHD, the Schwab US Dividend ETF. This is where the conversation completely changes. SCHD holds 100 dividend-paying stocks and is entirely focused on income stability rather than growth. Let me explain. Instead of trying to identify which individual dividend stock to own, SCHD does all of that selection for you, focusing on companies with strong track records of paying and growing their dividends over time. The top 5 holdings are Texas Instrument, United Healthcare Group, Chevron, Merck, and Coca-Cola. Notice what's missing. No Nvidia, no Apple, no Microsoft. This is a completely different universe of companies from every other ETF on this list, and that is exactly the point. SCHD tends to be significantly less volatile than the growth-focused ETFs. In fact, it is the only ETF on this list that showed positive performance over both the recent 3-month period and year-to-date. When growth stocks were getting hit, SCHD held its ground and kept paying dividends. That stability isn't exciting. And it's not going to make you rich overnight. But for investors approaching retirement or anyone who wants passive income flowing into their account regularly, that stability is worth more than the excitement of a growth ETF during a volatile market. SCHD belongs in a portfolio of any investor who is building towards income in retirement or simply wants a portion of their portfolio generating cash flow regardless of what the broader market is doing. That dividend income compounds over time. That stability reduces portfolio volatility, and the completely different stock universe provides genuine diversification against the tech-heavy positions in your growth ETFs. Now that you have income and stability covered, the final ETF takes your diversification completely outside of the US for the first time on this list. ETF number 7 is VWO, the Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF. This one has been around for 21 years and holds over 63,000 stocks. And it's the only ETF on this list with absolutely zero overlap with VOO and VTI. VWO focuses on countries that are growing fast: China, India, Brazil, Taiwan, and other emerging economies. These are not developing markets in the traditional sense. Some of them are more technologically advanced than Western countries in some specific sectors. Emerging markets often have higher growth potential than developed markets, and that potential can translate into stronger returns for potential impatient investors. The trade-off is higher volatility, political risk, and currency fluctuations that US-focused ETFs simply don't carry. The top 5 holdings look completely different from every other ETF on this list. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, Tencent Holdings, Alibaba Group, HDFC Bank, and Reliance Industries. No American companies in the top 5. That's diversification. Historically, VWO has been more unpredictable than US markets. Some years, it significantly outperforms, in other years, it lags. But for investors who already have a strong US exposure in VOO or VTI, VWO provides genuine diversification that moves independently of domestic market performance. VWO is not a core holding for most investors, in my opinion. It's a diversification layer, a meaningful allocation that adds exposure to the global growth outside of the United States in a way that no US-focused ETF can replicate. If your portfolio is already well built with a core ETF, a growth ETF, and a dividend ETF, VWO is the natural next addition for investors who want true global diversification. Now, here's the trap: why more ETF does not mean more diversification. Before we close, here is the single biggest mistake I see ETF investors make, and it's the trap that can cost you thousands in missed returns without ever knowing it's happening. Look at the top 5 holdings in VOO, VTI, and QQQ, as well as VUG, side by side: NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, or Meta. They are almost identical. If you own all 4 of those ETFs, you are not diversified across 4 investments. You are quadruply concentrated in the same 5 technology stocks. You have bought 4 different packages with the same contents inside. More ETFs does not reduce your risk. It actually amplifies it while making you feel diversified. Before you add any ETFs to your portfolio, look at the top 10 holdings. Compare them to what you already own. If the overlap is significant, you are not adding diversification. You are adding concentration with an extra step. A simple 3 or 4 ETF portfolio with genuinely different holdings, right? A core ETF like VOO, VTI, and a growth ETF like QQQ, a dividend ETF like SCHD, and a global ETF like VWO gives you real diversification with zero meaningful overlap. That's the portfolio. Simple, intentional, diversified, and completely set it and forget it. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Financial Freedom Fastlane. If you like this episode, make sure that you like it, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube on what ETF you're adding to your portfolio. Remember, freedom is for sale if you're willing to pay the price. See you in the next episode. Peace.